My name is Charlotte. I'm 21 years old. I work as a cleaner at Right Cleaning, and I was diagnosed with autism in July 2012. Yeah.
Hi Charlotte, how are you? Okay?
I'm good, how are you?
All good, thank you for coming in today. So Charlotte, where do you work and what is your role?
It's a cleaning role, and I work 3 days a week in the evenings and clean desks and computers and around people mostly.
Did your employer have to make any changes, or did they provide any sort of support for you when you first started?
No, because they didn't know what autism was and they were completely oblivious to it. I had to tell them about it, and they didn't really know what it was, and I had to give a kind of explanation, but I'm not very good at explaining it, so I don't think they really got much from it, and it ended up being not getting much help from them because they didn't know how to help me, I guess.
How does your autism affect you in the other parts of your life?
I'd say definitely just socially, because I don't go out a lot, don't have many friends, can't seem to keep friendships, but like this role has given me the opportunity to make friends, which is really helpful.
It's lovely what you say in terms of this role has actually given you more than just perhaps money. It's given you the opportunity to then go and start making friends.
Yeah, definitely.
And develop new relationships, which is really, really great. It's another lovely thing that's come from work,
Yes.
as opposed to just the money side of it. So that's really nice.
Yeah.
Lovely. Thank you ever so much.
Thank you.
So we've decided to come out here now after just meeting Charlotte. The sun's come out, which is really, really nice. So we thought we'd take advantage of being here by the harbour side and in the sunshine. I'm joined by Jack. Hi Jack.
Hi.
How are you, okay?
I'm okay.
Good. Thank you very much for joining us today and enjoying the sunshine. Perhaps you could just start by telling us a little bit about yourself, Jack.
Hi, my name's Jack. I'm 27. I'm currently unemployed, but I'm looking for work. And I recently found out last year that I was on the autism spectrum. And was then diagnosed through my therapist and help from my doctor.
I guess that's kind of what's brought you to our Plymouth Support Employment Autism Service, isn't it, to work with Andrea, because you're looking for work and you've got this diagnosis of autism. What sort of activities have you been doing to try and help yourself find work?
I've been completing a lot of job activities in C-Tech with the help of Andrea.
Okay.
So like the CSCS card course, which can get me into warehouse work or working in the trade. And I've been actively job seeking myself, regularly applying for jobs. Yeah.
Oh, good, good. What sort of barriers have you found when you've been looking for work?
Some employers give questionnaires, and they can be quite complex with words that I don't always understand.
Okay.
And general sort of misunderstanding of autism, although we're in 2022 and things have progressed more, people are more accepting of mental health. There's still a barrier with autism, and it's misconceived with what we are like, but we just want to fit in with society, really.
Absolutely. You just want to have a job the same as everybody else, really, and just through some reasonable adjustments. So has Andrea been helping you in terms of that?
Andrea's been brilliant. In any way she can help, she will find a way to help, or she often guides me in sort of the right direction, which has been really helpful because I don't have the best self-esteem sometimes and don't know the direction to go, so she'll help with that. Yeah, she's been really good.
What sort of support or changes do you think employers could do to help people with autism, just to become more successful in trying to find work?
I think accessibility-wise, they shouldn't be so complex with their wording of job applications. They can be quite complex, and people with learning disabilities might struggle to read or perhaps have sort of speech to audio, so they can understand that. And I think employers should do a bit of research on different types of neurodivergent people, autism, people with ADHD, so they can get an idea of like how can we change things to help people like that apply to our jobs.
And am I right in saying you've got an interview tomorrow?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, tell me a little bit about that.
I got the interview through Disability Confident,
Oh, okay.
which was held by CTEC and in the Job Centre, and that's how I got the interview tomorrow, through the NHS book records keeping.
Okay.
So going up and down ladders, getting out people's records, I think a lot of sorting as well. So yeah, I'm looking forward to it.
Looking forward to how do you feel about the interview?
It's not really an interview as such, it's just chat and walk around,
Good.
which helps me feel more at ease.
Absolutely.
So it's not so intimidating.
No, that's good. Okay, well, we'll keep everything crossed for tomorrow. Hopefully
Yep.
that works out. And what's really nice to hear is that you've got a number of options. So clearly your approach is working in terms of how you're applying for work, and the support that Andrea's providing is helping you get those opportunities, which is
Yeah.
really good. So let's say you get the job tomorrow. What are your wider than aspirations? What do you want to do with your life? Now, let's say you have a job.
Have a job. Ideally, I'd like my own home and a garden, because I quite like gardening and planting my own vegetables. Yeah, that's mainly what I want really in life, is a job, a nice home, a garden, friends around and things. Yeah.
Lovely. Okay, thank you ever so much, Jack. That's really great, and I really appreciate everything that you've said today. And I think we're all going to keep our fingers crossed for you for tomorrow for the interview. So all the best for that.
Yeah. Thank you very much.
Thank you. So we're back outside again. Not quite so sunny, but it's lovely to be by the harbour here. We heard earlier from Charlotte about her journey into employment and the challenges that she's faced. We then got to hear from Jack, and we're all keeping our fingers crossed for Jack's interview tomorrow, so fingers crossed that will go really well. But we're now joined by Ashley. And Ashley's been in employment for a period of time, as helped by the Plymouth Autism Service. So lovely to meet you, Ashley.
Yeah, nice to see you again, Neil.
Yeah, nice to see you again. You've been in employment for quite a period of time now.
Yeah.
Perhaps you'd like to start off and tell everybody about the role that you currently do.
The role I have right now is a baker at Tim Hortons. We're not a new restaurant on Crown Hill. And my role is I cook the breakfast in the mornings with like egg, sausage, bacon. And sometimes I'd also be on the actual bacon section, helping make donuts for the day. And in the evenings, around 11 o'clock, we do lunch, which includes hot dogs, burgers, chicken, veggie burgers, and things like that.
Sounds like everything you could possibly
Yeah.
want, making me hungry to thinking about it. What's your favourite part of that role then that you're doing?
I enjoyed actually cooking. I originally came into looking at the work to actually get into a cooking role. I ended up doing front house work. And this new job, I'm actually doing what I originally planned to do, was be in the kitchen. So I enjoy the cooking side of it all.
It's interesting that you talk about that. Perhaps you might want to just talk about that previous role where you were doing the front of house work. How did that come about?
I've been with Plus now for almost, I think, 2 years now, working with Andrea. Originally was planning to get into cleaning. And Andrea did a lot of work with me, having me go for interviews, and she supported me changing my career path. And I thought I want to get into the cooking side of things. After a few trial and errors doing places, I had an interview with Crispies, and I got the job there with them, which was quite surprising.
Because you enjoyed that front of house.
I really
work,
did, yeah. It wasn't my original plan, but when it actually came through, I really enjoyed it, so quite surprising.
So you mentioned Andrea. Just there. So Andrea is our member of staff who's been supporting all three individuals that you've heard from today, supporting them with their journey into employment. She's done a fantastic job, and she's really led this whole service from start to finish, done an excellent job. How were some of the ways that Andrea supported you to find that first job at Crispies?
She's helped me with my CV, helped me rewrite it and change it to actually suit the jobs I'm applying for. And during my first few interviews, she came along with me. I went outside, she'd talk to me, prepare me, then I'd go myself. Then when I come out, she would then talk to me, and any questions, she would call employers for me, talk to my behalf, ask some questions for me. and she's done so much for me. She's been like my big supporter throughout this whole time.
Oh,
It's been amazing.
Good, good. And she's obviously stayed with you as you've changed the role
Yeah.
now, and you've moved into a different employer, which is great.
It really has been.
So thinking back before you got into employment, what were some of the barriers that you found trying to get into work?
I think a lot of time is actually trying to get an interview with an employer, because I apply for probably 60, sometimes 60 jobs a week sometimes, and I'd either get nothing back from them, or I'd get an email saying we're interested, then nothing back, or I'd get interview stage and I'd never hear anything. They say, oh, we'll give you a call, email, letting you know if you got the job, or if not, why. I never had anything back from them. That was really a big shot down when you've been trying so hard to get out there. And when you're getting told, oh, we'll get back to you, it takes 2 seconds and emails, and so sorry, you're not successful today. Not getting that, it's just a real letdown.
Of course. Yeah, definitely. But I guess you had Andrea there to be able to support you through some of that process.
Sometimes she'd call for me and ask them for feedback, and they usually, when Andrea called, they'd usually give her feedback or let her know why, or they'd email me and tell me I'm not successful or why, which again really helped, because you don't know why, it kind of shoots you down really.
Of course, yeah, definitely. So thinking about those employers and thinking about some of those barriers, what do you think, your experience of being in your jobs, how have the employers supported you with your autism so that you can be successful in work?
Understanding that sometimes I don't always understand things properly, so sometimes if you say something to me, I will take it literally. You could say to me, oh Ashley, go do that, joking around, I'll be like, okay, and I'll do it. I go, oh, you did that for, you told me to. It's like, you understand, sometimes I take things literally sometimes, but luckily the last few employers I had that problem and been very understanding. They've understood that sometimes don't always pick things up straight away, or things are different from me, and they've always understood that, so it's been really good.
That's good. And it could be where employers have given you sort of time out as well?
Yeah,
if you needed
if
it?
it's got too much, like say I got a bit flustered, stuff happening so much, they'll give me a few minutes to go sit down, calm down, have a drink, and even talk to me sometimes, ask them if I'm doing okay, which happened recently with this job. I got a bit flustered. My manager Nitin came out and sat down, talked to me, checked them okay, and just kind of adjustment. It really helped.
Good. Really straightforward
Yeah.
kind of adaptations, but it's
It really
helped
is,
you.
yeah.
No, that's great. So Ashley, what does it mean to you to have a job?
I think now me, I've got a routine in my life. I like things being done a certain way, so having a routine, having each part of my day kind of planned out, makes it easier for me to handle things as how they come along.
Yeah. What does it mean for you and your family?
Being able to support my family. I've got a daughter, 2.5, she's almost 3 now, and being able to support my family properly, being able to actually pay our bills and show my daughter that working is something you can do, being a role model for her, which is a really big thing for me.
Yeah.
Showing that working is something you can do, and that it's not hard, and that you can enjoy your work and your family life at the same time.
Yeah, brilliant, absolutely. So now that you're going a bit more into kind of the chefing, what's your aspirations for the future?
I'd love to actually work in a kitchen, actually cooking, actually making meals would be a big thing for me. I love cooking at home, so doing that as a career would be an amazing chance.
Fantastic.
So yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm sure you'll get there.
I hope so, yeah.
I'm sure you will. Well, thank you ever so much, Ashley.
No
Thank you very
problem.
much for your time today. So you've heard from 3 of our customers on our Plymouth Autism Employment Service. They're all in different stages, and they've all been supported by this service specifically. So if you would like more information about it, please do make contact with us, and we will hope to be able to deliver a very similar service to this in your area. Thank you ever so much for watching.